Want to talk a little Chad Zumock?
Of course.
This is interesting. This is I liked what I was seeing here from Chad. Now, it could be bullshit. I have no idea, but I think too often something happens in the Dabbleverse, and if it's a guy we already shit on, then we just continue shitting on him. We look for an angle to be like, well, fuck you, man. Like, and a lot of people would see this and probably say like, well, Chad's lying, and he's just gonna lie again. Maybe, very possibly. He may have lied later in this episode, for all I know.
And before we even say another word, this is from Doom.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. This is from Doom. Very
Doom.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Doom.
I had a chat with Doom. I said, just so you know, we're not, if I ever forget to mention you, we're not fucking with you. We're not doing it intentionally. He seems like a good guy. I think he's in on the joke. So I like Doom.
He had 14 accounts spam chatting us once because we didn't say it was Doom.
Oh, he said, by the way, he said like something was not necessarily him. I don't know what was going on.
Okay.
Yeah. He did mention that to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I like Doom. So go subscribe to Doom because he puts out clips like this. I wouldn't have seen this. I don't watch Chad's program, so I wouldn't have seen this if Doom didn't put it out there. But I think too often, like, you see something like this from Chad, and you're like, well, but still, fuck him. No. I'm here to say, like, good for Chad. Now, did he lie 5 minutes after this? I have no idea. It's very possible. But it's Chad owning up to something, finally. You could argue it's a little late, perhaps. It's like everyone's like, oh, okay, Chad, sure, you got beat up by Cumia fans and who said this is MAGA country.
Mm-hmm.
We all really believe you, Chad. And then
Cumia country, which is even less believable.
A year and a half later, Chad's like, guys, you're not going to want to hear this. I was lying. What?
I think it's true. Like I even said, like in real time, I was like, it looks like he actually got punched in the face, but there's no way this story's true.
So he's gonna explain it here, and credit to Chad for finally owning it. Again, it took literally everyone knowing it was a lie, but he confesses to something here.
I got a confession to make here. I got a confession to make about Cumia and Cumia's country. And I never said this before. Since we're having a moment, it's Friday fun. So a lot of people always wonder what really happened and how it went down and all that. I've being 100% honest. I got punched in the face. That happened. I know people are like, oh, he fell down in Greece or he was stealing catalytic converters. Got it. Whatever. That's fine. Didn't happen.
I like Chad being like, none of them knew exactly how I was lying, these idiots. Oh, all these people that didn't know which lie I was going to pick. Oh, Chad.
People say that because it didn't happen. But I was fucked up. I was a little drunk, came home that night, tried to sleep. And then I looked in the mirror. My eye was all swollen. I had dirt on my face. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I was angry. I was just fucking angry. Because I was angry not just at that, but everything that was going on. At the time, that pile-on. I was
really angry at society, man. So what is this world we live in?
I hate it, man.
Goth Chad. What's even the point of waking up in the morning?
Hawthorne Heights, Chad.
Jumped on that pile-on with Carl because he got barking orders from Chrissy and everybody. And I was like, dude, you're supposed to be.
Does Carl take his orders from Chrissy? I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that either.
Did Chrissy make him steal Daniel Alexander from me?
I thought he listens to the shit way.
I realized Anthony Cumia is nothing more than a piece of shit scumbag like all these fuckers. It doesn't matter if he was on O&A or if he's friends with Joe Rogan I go, you're just a piece of shit. You lied to me. You said I was.
All right. It's been long enough. That episode of Rogan with Cumia is just never coming out.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened with that.
Great on your show. You loved having me. And then you're talking shit about me. Just being vicious. And you were like, being the ringleader. You went from just, taking some jokes and stabs to like, really, let's get this guy, amping up Carl to come after me. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. So within that second, I said,
So I lied about him committing a fraud.
I'll show you. I'll put this liar to shame.
blame this on Cumia's fans. And I didn't know where it was going to go. I didn't know how big it was going to get. I had no clue. But
well, let's relax a little.
I lied.
It's a Ruder film, Chad. Let's take it easy.
He's a real Kubrick, this guy.
I didn't know the heights that I would reach. I didn't realize at times I might have 2,000 fans in my live stream. I didn't realize I could reach that rarefied air. This is like that's where you expect to see a montage of Chad on like Kimmel and Fallon, and he's on like Good Morning America.
Yeah.
He's like doing the media rounds, telling this Anthony Cumia story.
They're like, oh my God.
I had no idea how big it would be. And then it cuts to like Matt Damon playing Chad in a movie.
Yeah.
They think I was stealing catalytic converters.
No, Catalytic.
About it from Big J to Sam, Jim and Sam, everybody.
All the stars.
Oh, shit. This is getting out of control. I knew eventually I'd have to come clean. Melton really hitched his wagon to that, trying to.
He's like, fuck, I'm going to have to eventually come clean. How about when no one's talking about it or even thinking about it?
The world has forgotten about it entirely.
My reaction to this was, oh, yeah.
I forgot he did that.
Yeah.
It is funny. He's like, just everyone's moved on with their day. Chad walks in and he's like, guys, you're not going to believe this. I'm like, huh? I lied about the Anthony Cumia thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whatever.
We know.
That's fine. But we'll get to a thing. Like, I think it's big of Chad to do this. We'll get to it. Now, he has to stick to it, but we'll get to his overall point here.
Make a name for himself and getting involved with that. By the way, he knew nothing the whole time. So I came clean with it because my whole thing was the problem with these guys. I see all the lying they're doing. And I was like, I don't want to be these people. I don't want to be these people. So what I tried to do, and I hope I'm doing it, and I try hard, I want to be the voice of reason. I want to be the voice of truth, good or bad. Even if the truth, you don't like it, the narrative or whatever that is, or I'll take negative criticism if I tell the truth. And I'm hoping I can build trust with my audience by doing that because everyone's lying. Melton, Carl, everybody's lying. And I'm like, I'll be honest with the audience.
What is Carl lying about?
Being straight.
Well, yeah. Okay.
His life is a lie. What do you mean?
Cumia country. Carl likes pussy.
All the big lies.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll see that eventually. And guess what? That's happening. So I appreciate it. And I'm going to continue to be as honest as I can. I'm going to call out these motherfuckers for what they are.
I like Chad's come to Jesus moment where he's like, hey, I should stop telling completely made up stories. Then maybe, hold on here, maybe people will trust me if I start telling the truth.
I do like how he's like, I just, I had this moment where I realized these people on these internet shows lying is fucking annoying.
And then Chad, like, it feels like a moment where Chad is like saying this, like he's watching Patrick Melton or Carl or whoever thinks is lying.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, boy, these guys are lying a lot. And then he happens to catch himself in a mirror and he's like, oh my God, I'm one of them.
There's a shadow from the windowsill covering one of his eyes, so it looks black again, and he remembers.
My God, I've been lying the whole time. Yes, this is Chad running into the streets like Ebenezer Scrooge, realizing the meaning of Christmas.
He's got one of those sleep caps on. He's like,
what day is it? There's still time.
at serious hypocrisy because Stuttering John lies like a motherfucker.
Duh.
He's always calling out hypocrisy. Well, he's the biggest liar out of all of them. So
there you go, Chad.
He's just realizing everything.
Chad, you're getting it, buddy. Yes, it's weird to make up stories for attention. There you go.
You know what? That Stuttering John guy, I don't think he's got any foot to stand on in these lawsuits.
I like Chad like furrowing his brow. He's like, I don't think this guy is going to sue Kate Meany. What the? Wait a minute. He keeps talking about putting the shitwayer in jail. Shitwayer's a free man. How can that be? John said he was going to be in prison. I like Chad realizing all these moments. It's very sweet.
This is what I'm going to do from this day forward. I'm going to just be as honest as I can with the audience because I think in this day and age, with where the world's going, just in politics.
How long do you think this lasts?
As I said, it's possible. I got this clip from Doom. It's possible 1 minute later he lies. I have no idea.
That's true.
But if he is trying to turn over a new leaf, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
Everything. We just want honesty.
Because I mean, as long ago as this whole thing was, this doesn't happen actually. Everyone's like,
that's exactly my point. Is like there's a lot of shows. Like I'm sure I don't know if Carl gives a fuck about this clip, but I'm sure he'll watch it and be like, "Oh fuck Chad, he's a lot." I'll give him a little leeway and say like, "That's good, man. Like you're making good. You shouldn't lie." It is hilarious that a 48-year-old man is real. Like, wait a minute, lying is bad. Like he's ever having a realization a 7-year-old would have. Like, oh, sometimes when I lie, people stop trusting me.
I didn't like people calling me Chad Smollett.
Looking for truth. We want something. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever. We want honesty right now. We're sick of bullshit.
Yes, Chad for president.
Media and technology is we're getting more information than we did back in the day. We find out how corrupt these motherfuckers are, how much they lie to us for financial gain and power.
You're damn right, brother. This is now bigger than the Dabbleverse. This is about big government. Chad's also realizing, he's like, hold on, wait a second. If Stuttering John lies, who else lies? So, well, certainly not our politicians, right?
My God.
He's like, wait a second. He's thinking, fucking Biden or Trump speech pops in his head. He's like, wait, what if that wasn't true? Oh my God.
I mean, Hollywood's exposed, politicians are exposed, podcasters are exposed. So I think
Chad, not Hollywood. Say it ain't so.
I haven't heard that one. Well, I mean, he's off to a truth-telling start, at least.
Chad's reading articles. He's like, what are they giving old trustworthy Harvey Weinstein guff for?
Everyone's going to those Diddy parties.
Old Diddy would never do nothing wrong. He's a reputable guy.
Look for is honesty in news and people I follow and people that are with me, people I make moderators that see through bullshit.
You ever see the Ricky Gervais movie, The Invention of Lying?
I have never seen that.
It's a movie where lying it doesn't exist. So everyone, like, they see each other, they're like, hey, you look like shit today. Like that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like he walks up, Jennifer Garner is like the love interest, and they're going on a first date, and he walks up the door, and she says, sorry, it took me a while, I was just masturbating. Like, the lying doesn't exist. You're just a pro. And then Ricky Gervais is the first guy to realize, because his mother's dying, and he wants to like comfort her, so he makes up the idea of religion. He's like, well, you're not dying, you're going to heaven, and that's the invention of lying. And then he's like, I said something that wasn't, and it felt really good. And Chad is almost having the opposite moment, where Chad thinks he has invented the truth. He's like, hold on, I said something truthful the other day, and people started believing me. When your life's not a lie, you're not constantly on the run. You're not chasing your own tail, and you don't have to remember the other lies that you've told to make this one sound believable.
I heard Chad slept for 3 days straight after the show.
He's finally at peace.
Yes.
I'm just tired of running, man.
Tired of it. So I'm going to try my best to be as honest as humanly possible, and I'm not going to grift you. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm going to try to be the best.
Starting now.
Can be.
Yeah, that was a lie. That was the end. Yeah.
No, well, good for Chad. Like, so I'm willing to give Chad the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully there are no more lies. He's turned over a new leaf. It is very funny to me that a man in his late 40s is like, oh, why doesn't anyone trust me? Oh, wait a second. Maybe it's because I've constantly been lying to them. Chad runs into the street. He's shaking penis wrinkle. I'm only going to tell the truth from now on. Gives him a big hug. Penis wrinkle's like, that's all I ever wanted, brother. So good for Chad. I hope he stands straight and flies right, or whatever the hell the saying is. And I hope he keeps up. It's very sweet that he realized telling the truth was a positive thing, and I hope he keeps that up. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure someone will send us an example of him lying 3 minutes later. But
Probably, yeah.
But I hope that's not the case. I hope he's changed his ways. That's very big of him to admit.
That is. I'm shocked.
Yeah, guys, I'm lying. We're like, oh right, the thing. Yeah, we all knew you lied about. That's right.
So we got 2 things left, but they're both going to take a while, I think.
Oh, I know. Maybe we save. What time is it?
11:20.
Oh, we could do both, probably.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. So let's do Pauly Shore first.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.